Well, I'm going to tie a roach fly, so we'll start by catching the thread in about there and taking a few turns, and a few turns back to the eye of the hook and back over it again, which provides a nice firm whipping to form the basis of the pattern. You can cut the bit off if you like, but it's invisible. That's why we use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tie the fin in first, I'm going to tie that in last because I like the bit of iron to go right to the front of the hook. The whole idea with my flies is to move the pattern as far forward as possible, leaving as much of the hook point at the back of the fly, as far back in the fly as you can. This fly is a 5-inch long pattern, and as you can see, that hook is, although it's almost 2 inches long, from the point to the eye is only 1 inch. So getting it further back is the secret. You can use bigger hooks or different design hooks. This is a 6/0 Aberdeen, and you can see from that if you put the eyes together there, it's much further back. So an Aberdeen's a good hook to use for bigger flies. You get those in various gauges. This is a partridge hook. This is the Ad Swire hook. Again, I think that's a 6/0 or a 7/0, not sure. That's a really nice hook to use if you like to spend a lot of money on hooks. That's a good one. But this is an eagle claw hook. It's very, very strong, very sharp, and it provides a bit of weight to the fly. With synthetic materials, they tend to drag in the air as opposed to in the water. So casting, you really need more weight, and you'll see that later on when we build the heads of these flies, which are going to turn up similar to this thing. It's got a gill, an eye, and the entire thing is covered in a, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a gel-like substance which A, provides some weight, but it also glues everything together really firm and makes your flies much more durable. So here we go. I'm going to start by using the body material. Now, most people suffer from putting too much hair on their flies, so don't use too much. You only need kind of on the hank, if you can see this, but something like this. Less is more, as they say, and it's definitely true with this. So we'll just remove that quite close to the tie. Chuck it over there out the way. Now we're going to double this stuff over. As you can see, this fibre is probably, well, that's a good 12 inches long, so doubled over it will make a 6-inch fly. So if you catch it in the middle, pull the ends down roughly level, you know roughly where to tie it in. Now, being as this is going to form the belly of the fly, the first piece, we can shorten that a little, which makes the tail longer. So this fibre will make a 7-inch fly, if you're careful. Now we pinch it and hold it to the hook shank like that, so all the material is above the hook shank. We take a loose turn and catch it with our thumb, pull the thread back round the other side and pull tight. And then what we do is take several more turns around it, but we take these back towards the point of the hook, not towards the eye, and I'll show you why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns. That's a good amount of stuff. You can see everything's held nice and firmly in place. Now we can go back to the other end. Doesn't matter how many turns you take, but as few as possible. Now this is why you don't go towards the eye. You'll see what happens with the fibres. They tend to spin around the hook. We want to avoid that. So I'll go back to there, and what we do is we divide the bunch into 3. We take a third back and pull it tight over the rest and pinch it tight. Take 2 turns backwards over that and 2 turns forward, and just catch the fibres down again on the hook. Pull them up tight. Divide the bunch into 2 and again pull those tight over the eye, make sure they're all nice and firm. Pull the other ones back, pull them tight, hold it firm. 2 turns back, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you've got all of those fibres in a bunch, and we can go back to the front again. Just catch the fibres there again, pull them up tight. Take 2 turns in front, 3 turns, 4 turns, 5 turns, and you'll see by that we've created a cone shape, which is much easier to wind your thread up, and you keep the material on the hook to a minimum.